I know it. I've got some explaining to do. Alright, so in this video we're going to be doing some shop/life updates. So if you haven't kind of determined for yourself already what's going on, I have actually quit the mobile mechanic job. I know it sounds crazy, so let's get into it. And as many of you have already probably seen, got rid of the van already, sold that bad boy for $2,000 with a transmission that was kind of on its last leg and like 260 some thousand miles. Couldn't believe I got that much for it, but the guy really wanted it, so I wasn't going to say no, and he didn't try to talk me down, so that helped a lot. Of course, we replaced the old work van with a nice Lincoln Town Car. About 10 years ago, I left my old job at Tires Plus and I joined a mobile mechanic company. And I won't throw their name out there, not because I can't, but just because I'm not interested in all of the BS that's going to come with that. But we'll just call them company moving forward. So I worked with this company for quite some time, and things were great. It was a huge pay increase from my previous job at Tires Plus. I learned a lot about running my own business and being self-employed and working for myself. But I've got some big financial goals, and we haven't really talked too much about that on this channel, but I am very much into finances personally, and I'm not necessarily gonna turn this into a huge financial conversation, but the money was not great after a certain point. I just kind of felt like I was at a glass ceiling, if you will, and needed to kind of pursue other opportunities. So I ultimately what I want to do is buy a house, and I'm sure many of you are aware of the difficulties of the housing market at the moment. But I'm trying to get my money up so I can make that a reality. And the mobile mechanic thing just wasn't quite working out for me. So I tried a couple different things. First, I went back to a local shop here where I live, and I worked there for a couple weeks. And maybe I just did poor negotiation, but the pay rate I was getting there for the amount of hours they wanted me to work and the time in the morning I was supposed to be there, it just was not working out for me at all, unfortunately. And so I quit that after about 2 weeks. I realized again really quickly that being stuck in one place all day is not for me anymore. So the next thing I went and did is I went and started my own mobile mechanic business. And I was doing that for a while. I got everything set up, had my LLC and all of that good stuff. I had my payment acceptance software set up. I had my van ready. Obviously, I was fully equipped to do that. And I did that for a solid year or so, but I only made about $6,000 doing that on my own, which, I mean, that's not terrible for your first year, but it still wasn't great. And so after trying the shop and realizing I didn't like that, and after starting my own business and kind of realizing like the amount of time that it would take me to get to the point I want to be with this, it's just quite frankly going to take too long. So now we can talk about what I'm doing now. All right, so now I am basically a car inspector. I have joined with multiple inspection companies where I will, do a number of different types of inspections. I might do a pre-purchase inspection on a vehicle, or let's say a dealership buys a vehicle and it was advertised as a certain way. They bought it from another dealer, for example. They will send it through what's called arbitration, which is basically where you know, they're unhappy and they essentially want to send back the vehicle and or get their money back. And so I will go and look at the vehicle and kind of determine, you know, whether the issues are actually true or not, and I'll kind of make an assessment of what's going on, and then I can send that off to the company that's going to, you know, do something about it, essentially. Another type of inspection I do is warranty inspections. That's mainly what I'm doing. So if someone has a warranty on their vehicle, they take it into the shop determines what's wrong with the vehicle, and then the warranty companies will send a guy like me to go and look at the vehicle and make sure that everything is, you know, all on the upside, if you will. Make sure there's nothing getting added that's not true. Make sure just everything's on the up and up, and take some photos and whatnot, and then send that off once again to the company at hand for that particular vehicle. So why did I do this, and why am I sticking with it? Well, I did this, one, mainly because of the manual labor associated with being a mobile mechanic. I don't have a lift, guys. It's hugely difficult to work on cars and do certain jobs without a lift. I mean, it's absolutely terrible. I cannot stand getting on my back working on a car with a jack and a jack stand. I'm sorry, I don't like it. And most people don't. And I mean, obviously, I'm still going to be doing that stuff. This is a car channel. I want to throw that out there real quick. That's not the end of Andy's Auto YouTube channel by any means. We're still going to be doing some car stuff here as much as I possibly can. I just may not be posting with the frequency that I used to. So anyway, back on the topic at hand, you know, the less manual labor is huge for me. It's much easier physically to do this type of work. But also, I got a pretty nice pay increase, I must say. So with the right amount of time, going back to the finance thing, with this pay increase that I've got, I should be able to, you know, more easily achieve my financial goals. Also, another thing, with the mobile mechanic thing, I was only getting a certain amount of volume of vehicles per day, and I was having to actually work on and or diagnose these vehicles. Whereas now I'm getting even more vehicles to work on, or I guess to look at, not work on, but I'm getting even more vehicles per day, and I'm getting paid more per vehicle. And guess what? They take even less time than working on them, because I'm not working on them. I'm taking some photos, I'm confirming some information, and I'm sending it off to whoever I need to send it off to. So there is very few things, in my opinion, that are worse about what I'm doing now than what I was doing before. So I just wanted to kind of update you guys on what's going on with me and what's going on with the channel. I do sincerely apologize that I have not posted many videos over the past few weeks, because I've been kind of going through this transition. Got a new vehicle, got a new job, moved all my tools around, and now I'm doing something different. I'm still in the automotive industry. I'm still a car guy at heart. I probably will never leave the automotive industry until it's time for me to basically retire. And so definitely don't worry about me as far as the channel. It's not going anywhere. I'm still going to try to make as many videos for you guys as I possibly can moving forward. Just like I said, it may not be with quite the frequency that I was before. So now let's move on to the cool stuff. We got some shop updates. We got some updates on the 69 Lincoln. We got some updates on the 03 Town Car. And we've got some updates on a scooter that is my mom's that we may also be doing some work on. So stay tuned. So with me not being a mobile mechanic anymore, we got the new toolbox brought into the garage and put the legs on it. And then I got all the stuff out of the stow and go just stacked right here. And then, of course, as many of you have already seen, I already went on ahead and got rid of the van, sold that bad boy for $2,000. All right, so a little update on this thing. Many of you may have seen the video where we completely redid this door. We did the door panel clips. We fixed the armrest a little bit. We did the window motor for the main window. We greased it up, replaced the bushings, greased up all the tracks, greased up the wing window motor, and replaced the lock switch, and made sure everything was good to go with that whole door. Well, I've got a video for all three of the other doors, so as soon as I get a couple other things going for that, I'm going to be posting that. The main thing holding me up, there's this weather stripping right here, and every time you roll the window down, it pulls the weather stripping in, and it kind of slows the window down, and it's kind of screwed up. And the only way I can find that was for the entire vehicle, and it's over $300 to get all of these weather stripping pieces for the whole car. I think it comes with the inside and the outside, so for the interior and the exterior. So I'm kind of working on getting the funds together for that, but that's kind of where we're at on the vehicle. I also have another update on the 69 Continental as well. Okay, so we were in the process of basically redoing everything on the driver's side fender because I still haven't got around to pulling this engine out. So all the cruise control stuff mounts right around this general area here, and I will show you what we're doing with that downstairs. Okay, so here is for the 1969 Continental. We have basically the entire cruise control system taken apart here, kind of the exploded view of it, if you will. And I just ran into a couple of snags with this. So I'm kind of waiting on getting a couple things together to finish up this project, or really to move forward to the next step. I got several clips on this as well, so stay tuned for that. Also, I kind of got to reorganize this a little bit, but we are going to be rebuilding the metering valve, proportioning valve, pressure differential switch on the 69 Lincoln as well. And then of course we've got all of these other parts that we need to acquire. I've got the distributor cap, just got to get the spark plug wires. I've already ordered those. Still haven't ordered the water pump yet, because that bad boy's like $250 plus for one of those. Got the power steering pump, and we got the rebuild kit, but I'm going to wait to do that until we get closer to rebuilding the engine. And so that's kind of where we're at in full on the 69 Lincoln. We also have some updates on this Lincoln, the 03 town car. We're going to be doing some struts on the front and probably the shocks on the back as well. And I also need to get the wheels balanced and get an alignment, but that probably won't be included in a video because it won't be me doing that. But we're definitely going to be doing the shocks and struts soon. I don't know how soon, because I'm going to be going out of town with the kids this weekend. We're going to be going to Branson, Missouri on a little vacation. So spending some money on that, of course. And so I'm trying to get some money together, but I will be doing those services as well. We did the park assist module, and I should have filmed that as well, but I was kind of in a rush racing the daylight, and I quite honestly just didn't think it would get that many views. But there is a module right under here roughly that I had to replace for the park assist. When you back up, if you get close to stuff, it beeps. Had to pull the whole back seat out. Also replaced both of these sensors, and the damn thing still isn't working. There's this box in here. It's like a radar sensor, I guess, inside the bumper. I saw it when I replaced these sensors here, but I guess that's going to have to be replaced as well. So I may be doing that in the somewhat near future. Also going to get the windows tinted. I'm probably going to be putting a head unit in it too. So I'll probably film all of that stuff for you guys as well. This is it right here, this blue one. The charging system's not working on it, but otherwise we got all kinds of stuff done to this thing. It's got freaking all new hoses and carburetor and fuel filter and ignition coil, spark plugs. I mean, this thing is properly tuned up. It just needs some tires because these are pretty old. I don't remember what year this thing is. I want to say it's like a 2013 or something. But it needs some tires. It needs a stator, which is basically the alternator on these things. And that thing's going to be right behind this cover here. So we may be replacing one of those. I don't believe I've done a stator video on the channel yet. And then up under the nose panel here, there is a voltage regulator that we're probably going to replace as well. I'm not going to bother diagnosing it all because it takes more time to diagnose it, you know, than it would to just replace those parts. The parts on these scooters are like 20 bucks a piece. So I think that the 30 or 40 bucks it would cost to get those parts and just put them on would actually save money over spending an hour or 2 or 3 trying to diagnose it. We know it's not charging, and those are really the only 2 parts of the charging system. So we may be doing some charging system work and some tires on this vehicle as well soon. Also, I want to throw out there, if you've been watching my channel for a while and you've seen some of the tools that I've been using, mainly the Top Don stuff, I got some Amazon affiliates links now for some of those items. I'll put them in the description below. I do make a small cut on those if you buy anything, and I do appreciate that. But I did want to let you guys know that if you're interested in picking up any of the Top Don tools, as well as a couple other things I've used many times on the channel, check those out in the description below. That's going to be the end of the video for today, guys. I will try not to stay gone as long this time. Please, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and check out some of my older videos. And as well, share and like this video. Send it to all your friends. And I will be back with future automotive repairs in the near future. Stay tuned for many more awesome videos on the Andy's Auto YouTube channel. I'm Andy, signing off.